Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how you can automate all of your credit card transactions. I built out this internal tool for a client of mine that does over 20 mil in revenue per month, and they use over 6 different Amex cards, a few different B of A cards. This tool is going to help you take that process that might be taking you over 20 hours per month down to about 10 to 20 minutes. Let's check it out. In this example, I'm going to walk you through how you can actually go and automate all of your transactions each month. So what you're going to want to do is realize the fact that you probably already spend too much time, and most businesses do. They spend over 20 hours per month dealing with this. Imagine if you're looking at your credit card statements, you see a few charges from a few weeks ago, you look at a $238.12 charge and try to remember, what was this for? And what category do I put this in? I don't remember going out. What the heck is this? You're sifting through bank statements. You're wondering also, shoot, maybe I put a few different personal charges on the business card or vice versa. What about making sure that you didn't get overcharged? You probably hate doing this. I'd venture to say some of you, some months, might not even be looking at your statements regularly. You might not even be checking it. So one of my clients that I just mentioned has 8 credit cards, 5 from Amex, 3 from Bank of America, and makes payments with 3 different checking accounts. Some activity in this as well is business and personal. So I was spending over 20 hours per month just making sure all these transactions, which some of them were for business, equipment financing. We would sometimes have transactions over $100,000. So it was really important to just make sure all of this stuff lined up. So making sure that everything balanced, the payments were made properly on time, the right amounts, categories for each expense type was matched, business versus personal was taken care of, and everything was paid out accordingly. It got to a point I was just so fed up with tracking everything. I was spending a lot of time. My team was as well. These are resources that are exhaustive, and we would like to be able to be spending additional time streamlining processes, which is what we do. So after weeks of planning and testing and iterating, I created an algorithm that I'm going to give you access to. I'm going to walk you through how to do it. That automated the entire process. This saved me over 20 hours per month alone, and I'm going to show you how to do the same. So picture this, you're looking at, a basic Amex credit card statement on a monthly basis. These PDFs are horrible. I know you're probably very familiar with it. They're tough to interact with. They don't have categorization breakdowns. They won't integrate easily with most accounting platforms, and they don't export or transfer data easily to other formats. Sometimes you might not even have the ability to, generate a CSV file or an Excel file. This is where it gets helpful. When we deploy the algorithm that I built, I'm going to give you the template for it. All of the transactions will be auto-categorized based on every single transaction for that credit card. The sections of those categories are going to get totaled, and it's also going to show you how much from which account is needed to pay to satisfy the statement on a monthly basis. It does it all for you. So like I said, having each expense from a PDF statement categorized, sectioned, totaled, reconciled, you're going to save hours of time each month. You're going to reduce manual error. Potential fraud is going to be able to be uncovered quicker. We also want to be able to analyze our spend patterns. Okay. If we have high confidence in the data that's coming in and we are turning these transactions over and managing them quicker, we can leverage that data for our reporting. And for me as a CFO to be able to give actionable insights based on that to help the owner and the CEO and yourself scale and make better decisions based on that data. It's going to eliminate manual error, incorrect payment amounts, and honestly, it takes about 10 minutes. And the nice thing is, if you're dealing with this right now, this is going to be very helpful. So if you want results like this, okay, this is what I do on a daily basis. It's not just talk. I'm actually a certified public accountant. I've been through this. I got my start in a public accounting firm. I quit to actually launch my own online business. Going through that experience of scaling and exiting a business, an e-commerce store, and having that CPA knowledge of how to automate and streamline and deal with the finances of an agency, of an e-commerce brand, of a DTC company, a small business. It's more than what you're going to get with a typical bookkeeper. The bookkeeper is mainly just going to be categorizing things, lumping them into the accounting portal, and that's about it. That's like the foundation that you really need to have. But the aspects of what a CFO does is take that data and generate the data insights and works with the CEO and the board of directors, if you have one, to essentially help the business grow at a higher level and take those actionable insights to clarify decision making at scale. Okay. Like I mentioned, I scaled and automated my own e-commerce company. I grew it to 7 figures within 12 months. Okay. That was just after I quit my job as a CPA. I was going around auditing a bunch of companies in Los Angeles. Great experience, learned a lot, but ultimately found out that helping online business owners, small business owners, and running a business and scaling it and walking through and learning about the exit strategy and reverse engineering all of the financials to get to that point is something I really love doing. So one of the great benefits that I was able to also get through this experience was I was able to help over 100 businesses avoid bankruptcy and get access to that desperately needed capital to avoid foreclosures, firing staff, like all that stuff hit home during COVID-19. And you can see here, I was just in and out of calls all day, every single day for nearly an entire year, helping businesses get access to those COVID EIDL loans, which was a very humbling experience that I was very grateful for. So this is what I do on a daily basis. If you're an e-com owner, a B2B agency owner, a small business owner, and you want somebody to take over your entire financial processes from bookkeeping, KPI reporting, taxes, forecasting your cash flow, if you need help with managing your commissions or automating the process to report those or to make payments out to your sales team, payroll issues, tax issues, consulting on how to leverage our cash or find debt or be able to scale with, low overhead. These are some of the things that I do, and this is some of the aspects that went into our automated cash flow OS, which you can check out on my website below. I'm the owner and founder and creator of Stacks. The link is going to be right here. I'm going to give you access to this sheet as well. Go check it out. There's a video right at the homepage for you to learn more about what I do if you do want some help working with me. Okay, so let's recap the 5-step outline that you're going to use to automate this process. And I'm going to actually walk you right through it. You're going to import your transactions. You're going to take all the statement data, throw it in there. The algorithm will then categorize all that data for you. It's going to get to work, recommend the proper categories for you. You're going to review it just to make sure it's, you can proceed if there's any minor changes if you wish to make them, or the very remote chance that it is incorrect. Essentially, you can make those and move on. You're going to then enter the statement total for the ending balance, and then all the magic is done. It's going to basically tell you all the amounts that you need to pay, and you'll be able to make those seamlessly. It'll tell you which accounts and how much. So you just make sure that you're reconciled and all the payments are getting done. And this is such a game changer. It has saved me a ton of headache and stress. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to show you just basically the bare bones template of what we use and how you can make it your own. So here's a very watered down example of what this looks like. Okay, so this is each month, the categories of whether it's a payment, credit, or the expenses. You'll basically just copy and paste, throw them all in here with the amounts. The account code is basically your final categories that you're going to want to take over to the following sheet, which I'll explain in a second. This is where the algorithm gets to work. It's going to take the data here and basically learn over time. So each month that goes by, this gets more and more accurate. And we've actually been able to reach a 98% accuracy rate with every single transaction expense, which is phenomenal. Okay. So this green column here is the actual algorithm at play. And over time, it learns and just becomes better. So you can see, for instance, if it was you're going to Chevron, this is most likely going to be auto and insurance. This is going to basically take any previous data and take a look at the keywords to basically spit out the most high confidence pattern and high confidence category for that expense. Once you have that data in here, you're comfortable with this, what you'll want to do is basically punch that all in here, and you'll just want to take those 4 initial columns, and what will then happen, if I scroll over, you will see a pivot table, and it's going to create the section totals for your categories. So now you know how much I spent with auto and insurance, dues and subscriptions, meals and entertainment, all that good stuff. Okay. Next, what it's going to do is the formulas will essentially get to work and total the business expenses as well as the personal portion. Okay. And the great thing is you can actually type in your account number, not your account number, but your business bank account. So say, for example, Bank of America, and then you can do the last 4 digits of your account number, whatever, identifier that helps you just identify, okay, this is the bank account that I'm using for my business credit card expenses. Just put that there. You can use B of A, whatever works for you. This will then obviously be the personal account that you're using to essentially make the payments for personal expenses. Don't write your whole account number. Whatever is the easiest identifier for you. Now, the way this works is you basically punch in the previous ending balance, and the previous month will be essentially in a new tab. So what you can do every single month is just duplicate this tab. I'm in a Google Sheet right now, and punch in the ending balance from that month. Okay. This will then total the transactions for the month, and then it'll basically give you a total of what should be the ending balance based on your statement, which then you will enter that here on your statement. So each card each month would basically be in this spreadsheet. And once you get to that $0 difference, that's when you know everything's reconciled, everything that should be in there is in there. And now you have your section totals, and now you also have the personal and business expenses broken out. And that's it. We just did this very quickly. It's really just a matter of copying and pasting one time, and the formula gets to work. The algorithm learns over time, and each month it just gets better and better. So you can see the power of how quickly this gets done. I love this thing. It's been a huge game changer for me, and it helps us get through many of our clients' transactions on a monthly basis to just essentially help cut down the time taken to manage this, the time taken to get insights to the client, and the time taken to avoid large problems that could potentially happen down the road. It's the whole age-old example, like accounting is the language of business. If you don't know your numbers, you're not going to get that far. Like, I can guarantee you, you have to have this stuff down at a minimum. You want it done timely, and you want it done properly and accurately. So that is this. I'm going to go ahead and link the template down below. And again, if you want more information on what I do, essentially you can go to my website here and learn a little bit more about our fractional CFO services and what I do at Stacks. So I just reviewed that, but just to recap again, import transactions, categorize the data, review automated work, enter the statement total, and then make the payment seamlessly. That's it. So again, I've removed over 20 hours per month in manual work. If you are having trouble streamlining processes, if you can streamline this, imagine what other opportunities there are. Again, it allows you to stay focused, get clarity on your decision making. You can stay focused at 30,000 feet, unlock time, additional clarity to focus on what you do best. And again, the high confidence patterns, knowing what these categories are, letting the algorithm work for you, and it's going to feed you those critical spending insights for you at scale. And lastly, I'm going to throw this out there. If you want somebody to manage this and more, leverage Stacks. Okay, this is one small but crucial process within a multitude of financial processes, and managing the proper implementation and ongoing streamlining of financial data, it takes time. One of my clients is an 8-figure financial lender, and there's a lot of effort and time that goes into really streamlining the books, streamlining the processes, making sure that there's no bottlenecks, ultimately to be able to support the growth that we're experiencing now. If that's taking you a lot of time right now, I know your time is valuable, sometimes upwards of north of $250 an hour. Consider outsourcing it to me. I'll take care of all of this for you, which includes everything we've gone over here, as well as your bookkeeping, your monthly financials. If you have multiple businesses, we can create classes and make sure that every business is in its own, parent folder of activity and data and insights. Ongoing financial process automations is one of the hallmarks of what we really strive at, is finding ways to make your life easier and essentially automating those processes for you and streamlining them at scale. We'll build out tailored KPI reporting, which is important for your business, and we're going to customize it based on your goals and learn really what are the key levers to unlock growth and profit opportunities. That analysis and that reporting is something that we really take pride in, and that's going to be there for you. Cash flow forecasting. If you need to know what your cash is, every business does. You want to know, am I running out of cash this week? What about this month? Or what about 13 weeks from now? That's a very important aspect. Any payroll, employees, 1099 management, CFO level support, which I'm there partnered with you to help scale your business. Okay. That's a big aspect of it. And especially if you're going to try to sell the company one day, exit strategy. I went through 3 exits. It became a very, rocky deal where there was quite a bit of errors that were being, overlooked by the brokerage that was essentially handling the transaction. So if it wasn't for my CPA experience, I literally would have lost out on over $25,000 if I didn't know what was going on. So things like that are important, and positioning the revenue to be able to find the best time to list the company to sale potentially is a very key aspect as well, something you'll get with us alongside. And then tax, your strategy, your filings, all that good stuff. We have an in-house team that takes care and devises a strategy for the short term and the long term. We're there for you, okay? So I'll make it really easy. Here's what you have to do. Connect your data and platforms to the operating system that we leverage once And that's it. Okay. That's all. I make it really easy. You want a partner that's going to make your life easier and help you make more money and accelerate your profit? That's what Stacks does. That's what our fractional CFO services do. And I'd be happy to talk to you more about it. Again, link down here for the website. Check it out. There's a video on it. I'll leave that up to you. And if you like this, comment, hit a subscribe. I've been making more videos. I'm going to be putting more stuff out in terms of leveraging finance and accounting and streamlining your processes to just make your life easier and help you make more money. That's what the goal is here. Okay. All right. Pleasure. Talk to you soon. Enjoy the resources. I'm going to link this down below, and I'll talk to you soon.